Why you need to watch Code Geass Roze of the Recapture, and everything you need to know about it. I just watched the first episode. Quick background, this show follows the events that occurred in the first Code Geass series and the Resurrection films. Following the fall of the Britannian Empire from the events of the original Code Geass series, the Britannian Republic was formed to replace it. Due to the systematic issues and corruption seen within the Empire, sadly, as it turns out, corruption doesn't end once you replace all those evil folks with other people who take their place. As with the Britannian Empire, it's shown that the systematic issues and corruption are still perpetuated, with the likes of some folks within the Republic's leadership. Some take advantage of the colonized Japanese, just for their own amusement. This is shown as we're introduced to our main characters. Roze, main character whom has the Geass curse. Ash, Rose's older brother and muscle of the group. Black Cat, leader of the anti-Britannian group and terrorist leader. Roze and Ash act as mercenaries for Black Cat's group to fight against the Britannian Republic. As for our group, having their own nightmare frame to fight against the Britannian forces, with a highlight with our group being Roze and his outfit that he wore in the episode. Something very simple in form, but something that drew my eyes to him as a character, due to the mix of masculine and feminine items that he wears, and his little necklace, an item that becomes important later within the show's first episode. The plot with our main group centers around the fact that Roze and Ash are hired by Black Cat's organization in their effort to overthrow the Britannian Republic, in a similar fashion to the Order of the Black Knights in Code Geass, with the goal of Roze to save, or as the title entails, recaptured his best friend back from the Britannian Republic, who seems to be in their custody, with her name being Sakura. And so, following the action of a couple high-ranking officials taking action on a few Japanese folks, our crew makes an effort to take them out. In the battle, a repeated motif of the game of chess. Chess acting as a parallel to the battle between Ash and the Britannian forces, but also a sign of intelligence and the strategy in part of Roze. Something seen with Lelouch in Code Geass, and a repeated motif played in its first episode, with Roze confronting the Britannian leader in an act to reveal that his necklace acts as a likely dampener for Rose's Geass power, but that also Roze is actually a woman, giving her backstory to the audience and the relationship between her and her brother to the villains of the episode, while also revealing that she's doing her actions in an effort to get her best friend back. To go more into depth, the idea of corruption within Code Geass acting in massive part to why people rise up to take arms against Britannia. Beside the fact that Lelouch's main motivation within the original series was revenge against his own father for banishing him from his rightful throne, it was the corruption and the imperialism of the Britannian Empire and its action against the Japanese that led to the formation of the Order of the Black Knights. And with both our protagonists of both representative series, with their own selfish motivations, led the two to go against their respective governments. The reveal of Roze being a woman, I saw a mile away. While I had made slight jokes and jabs at Roze while watching the episode, in an effort to compare her to this season's Lloyd from I Was Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince series, all of the signs that Roze was a woman was right there for the audience to see. From Rose's manner of dress, specifically with Rose's jacket seen in the show. Rose's coat goes past his waist, where a woman's jacket would likely be cut off at their waist, due to the manner that her jacket was likely created. A woman's coat and dress shirts are typically made in a manner where the wearer's zipper or holes to put their buttons through goes over from the right to the left of the individual's coat. Due to the history of women's fashion and women's clothes having been designed by men for women, it was expected by those men who designed those clothes that the man would dress his woman. But to step away from the messed up history of women's fashion, this show acts as our first Code Geass series where the series' main protagonist is a woman. Whereas for a franchise like Mobile Suit Gundam, which took its franchise 38 years before we saw our first female protagonist in Mobile Suit Gundam Twilight Axis, or the most widely recognizable female protagonist with Solata Mercury from Mobile Suit Gundam The Witch from Mercury, I'm happy and glad that Code Geass is able to expand as a franchise in a manner like the Gundam franchise, as the series gives an opportunity for people behind working on anime to get more involved in the production of mecha anime, a genre that I personally feel is a dying breed within this new age of anime being produced, where we see almost 60 shows every anime season, while 30% of all that comes out are video game inspired fantasy series, where the opportunity to tell a political drama and thrillers aren't being told within the medium of anime. Where I see the potential with Code Geass Roze of the Recapture is on the note of animation and mechanical action, as seen in the animation of the nightmare frames with Ash's battle. The animation is absolutely stellar. I could tell with most of the battles in the episode, the quality of animation seen was comparable to the work seen with recent works from the Gundam franchise, with Dawn's Island and the Seed Freedom films. I personally haven't gotten an opportunity to watch both works aside from all the trailers and promotional materials I saw leading up to their releases. But with Roze of Recapture, I'm so happy and glad to see that these new advancements in animation is being implemented with TV anime. A show attempting something similar to this past season is with the girls band Cry. The show, having used the 3D animation techniques and production pipeline, having been built by Toei's recent efforts with Dragon Ball Superhero and the One Piece Red film. It's fascinating that level of effort and animation that audiences have only seen in films come to the small screen. At the end of the day, I'm so happy and excited to see more anime works, maybe following under the steps of Code Geass Roze of the Recapture, with the series having been picked up by Disney, with Disney's overall investment with anime within the past year, including their partnership with Warner Bros. Discovery to stream the upcoming Suicide Squad Isekai anime, that by current metrics based on sites like MyAnimeList, Kitsu, and AniList, the show seems likely to become the biggest series from an unadapted IP coming this summer season. In a roundabout way to say, if you have the opportunity, make an effort to check out this show out. It's an amazing show with a great narrative and overall production with a lot of potential with its plot. This has been Osoweeb, and I'll be signing out. This is likely going to be the intro. Just letting y'all know, this video, is based on, an article that I wrote on my Substack, that I recently started. This will probably be the first video where I properly announce this, but, I have a Patreon and Substack now. I kind of need money to keep the lights on for this channel, and any and all support that you guys bring to me has been continued keep doing these types of projects.